Greetings. Black Light, welcome to the first day of your life, the rest of your life. What they say is the year 2020, but we have no way of knowing if that's really true or not, because we always have been brainwashed, bamboozled, and fooled. So I'm going to start letting you know that if you don't know, you're in a war, a mental war. So we're going to expose the devils and his demons because these are the ones we are fighting against. The devil, the demons, and his artificial world. So first thing we got to do is know our strengths and our weaknesses. The original mind outnumbers the artificial mind. What do I mean by that? The original man of the planet, which is the Asiatic black man, outnumbers the artificial man. Who is the artificial man? The artificial man is the white Caucasoid or the Caucasian man. European, white European. I mean, we call him by many names. Honorable Elijah Muhammad called him the devil, the skunk of the planet. But, there's a but. We outnumber the Caucasian, but we are all not together. The artificial man fabricates and hides the truth, but by now the original mind should know by now the real deal. But we eat our young and each other, the original man, mentally and sometimes physically, because we done got that far down in the beast's world and his culture that we do the same thing he do. So I was telling y'all about in my recent past videos that when I was coming up in Detroit, they didn't want us to live. When I say they, I'm talking about the Caucasian. They didn't want us to come to their neighborhood and move in and go to their schools. So we did actual battle with them. Not only them, the police. And what ended up happening was, now the two schools that we really had these little mini riots at, or mini rebellions, was post junior high. They burnt a original family, or a black family, moved in across the street from post junior high. Now, just for a little history, Stevie Wonder, it was a school in back of Post Junior High across the playground called Fitzgerald. That school was dedicated to, at that time they called them the handicap. And by Stevie Wonder being blind, he went to that school. And we would see him sometimes, glimpses of him. And so he had his hair cut in the neighborhood. Stevie Wonder actually lived over around that time over there on 24th and around that area, Roosevelt, Buchanan, and all over there. He lived over there, but he went to school at Fitzgerald, a school for the handicapped or the physically challenged, or however they say it now. But when they burnt this cross on these black families' lawn, it was right across the street from the school. And I overheard a white guy talking about it, a young, white guy in the lunchroom. And we took care of business, but his old man was a police detective. And they pulled me out the classroom. But I got out of it because it was his word against mine. There wasn't no witnesses. I made sure of that. And but after that, the white boys retaliated, and a Benny Wyatt jumped off. From there, we were supposed to go, after we graduated from Post Junior High, we were supposed to go to Mumford High School. And we encountered some more harassment by a motorcycle gang. Now, this motorcycle gang had many members in it from all over Detroit and from other cities too. So it was just a few of us in that neighborhood. So, we had to get other schools to help us fight. And we went, now Durfee and Durfee Central High, and Northern and Northwestern. Those were the ones to help us. They came over in the hood to help us battle. And maybe some cats from Persian. I don't know. I think it was some dudes from Persian. A few of them came over to help us fight this motorcycle gang and all the teenage little gangs, hot rod gangs around that vicinity. They ended up calling the police. Now, we had a big battle on Wyoming, a street called Wyoming, right in front of Mumford. Mumford is the school that Eddie Murphy, he had a sweatshirt in Beverly Hills Cop, because he was postman of Detroit police. With Mumford, that's the school that I went to, and a lot of other famous people, the Winings, but they went after me, and I didn't stay in there long. I got kicked out, but we had a fight with them. We ended up turning over police cars. They couldn't deal with us. They had, because it was too many. Oh yeah, Ferndale. The boys over in Ferndale had to go to Mumford. So that was another city, really. And that was across 8 Mile. So they was added to our little army we had. So we had Northern, Central, Durfee, Northwestern, all the cats from over there on Finkel, uh, 12th Street, 14th, Highland Park. Yeah, I forgot. Some of them was over there because we had some people that went to Highland Park. Uh, I think that was called Henry Ford. And uh, Ferndale, where your boy Eminem came from. That's why he lived over there. See, we ran him across 8 Mile, you know, and they couldn't come over across 8 Mile on our side of town, but they gave by the time Eminem came up, the brothers had softened up and gave Eminem a pass because they was into that hip hop stuff, you know, and that's all they cared about. But anyway, we're gonna get back to this later. But before I go, you see that behind me, hands across the globe. That's black unity. And like I said, the original mind outnumbers the artificial Caucasian. Black light.